North City Church, North City Church. My life is sown into it. Every part of my life is in it. But not the church. It's in Jesus through our church. We call it Love My Church Day, not because we have the best church in the world, although I think ours is pretty good. Not because of me, but because of you and Jesus. But we call it Love My Church Day, not because we're arrogant, not because we want to say we're better, but because we simply want to say, and people are getting up because they're going for booths, that I'm going to dismiss you in 9 minutes, and I'm going to motor. I'm going to stop right at 12:30 no matter what I say. Sorry, 11:30. 11:30. Okay. Shut up, Jason. Let's move on. Love My Church Day is just a simple way to say this to you. Jesus came to give us the church through him. We love the church because if you don't love the church and you say you love Jesus, you don't love Jesus. It's not possible. He says he came for his bride. The church is called the bride. I want to give you something quickly today. There is a moment, I'm calling you to choose a moment. Today, there is a moment in every person's life that decides destiny, and that's where you choose Jesus or not. I'm not here to ask you to choose destiny necessarily, but there is another moment in everyone's life that chooses legacy. Because destiny and legacy are two separate things. Legacy is what you leave behind. Destiny is where you end up. Our destiny is tied to our decision to choose Jesus or not choose Jesus. I'm going to ask you to do that in a moment, but that's not my ultimate question. My question today is, will you choose the moment of legacy? Not all moments in our life are equal. Not all moments are the same. Some moments are much more profound and more important in the trajectory of our life than any other moment. Who you choose to marry, what school you attend, that's bigger than just getting up and writing an exam. An exam is a bigger day than just getting up and going to school. And going to school is a much more profound day than just sitting at home, although all of you would like to sit at home. I understand. But we know that moments are different. Everybody with me? Not every moment is created equal. Some are more impactful than others, and some moments lead to legacy. I believe our church is on the precipice of one of those moments that could very well define our legacy. We have an opportunity by faith, sacrifice, and obedience and trust to obtain a property of our very own, which has never happened in the life of our church. We've never been to this place. We are looking, and we don't take up offerings every Sunday. We just trust you to serve the Lord, and every now and then, once a year, I talk about giving and money. Outside of that, we don't beg you for money. We don't ask you for money, but we're in a moment that's different than all others, and we are asking for $4 million by November 30th. That's way beyond me, that's way beyond you, but it is not beyond He. But He will only do what He can do if we will do what only we can do. God will not do what we can do, and we cannot do what He will do. So I'm calling you to a moment today. There is a moment in the Old Testament where the Israelite people were led out of bondage in Egypt. They wandered through the wilderness to get to the promised land. 10 spies went on the other side. 12 spies went on the other side to spy out the land. You can find it in the book of Exodus, and then moving into Joshua that I'm talking about in just a moment. 12 spies went into the land. 10 came back and said, they're too big, their cities are too big, they're too wealthy, they're too militaristically strong. We are not able to overcome them. We look like grasshoppers in their eyes. We cannot do it. And 2 people said, but the Lord told us we can with Him, so we say yes. And because of that, 10 said no and 2 said yes. Because of that, God said, fine, I'm going to send you to the wilderness for 40 years, and every one of you are going to die except the 2 that said yes. And you know what God did for 40 years as they wandered? He fed them every day with manna. He made sure their clothes didn't wear out. Now, everyone who said no, who was adult age at that time, they died over those 40 years. They all had kids. Those kids lived, but their clothes didn't rot out. Their sandals didn't rot out. God led them with a pillar of cloud in the day, and He led them by a pillar of fire at night, and He gave them food every day, and He defeated all their enemies many times without them even lifting a sword. God just wiped the enemies out. They get back to this promised land under Joshua, and they get there, and they go through the river Jordan, and they get on the other side, and I'm just paraphrasing, I'm not going to put it up on the screen, but Joshua gets there and he says, now God parted the sea, the river of Jordan, and he turned it into a hard cement water bed so that millions of people could walk through. They get to the other side, and Joshua says, now the priests are carrying the Ark of the Covenant. I need a leader from every tribe to go and get a stone from the center of the river where it was hard. Pull it all out, and we're going to set it up where we set up camp, and we're going to make a monument to God. And the people said, why? And Joshua said this, so that Joshua told the Israelites, in the future your children will ask you, what do these stones mean? Then you can tell them, this is where we crossed over the Jordan on dry ground. For the Lord your God dried up the river before your eyes. He kept it dry and you were all across. He did this so all the nations of the earth might know that the Lord's hand is powerful as you fear the Lord your God forever. This is our Jordan moment. I don't use this language almost ever. This is our Jordan moment. We have a choice. Will you, like the leader of the tribes, will you get up, go into the middle of the river, and pick up a stone for your life and plant it with the rest of us? Will you choose yes, or will you choose no, or will you choose maybe? But please hear me. Whether you choose yes, or whether you choose no, or whether you choose the coward's way and stand to the side to see if the people that say yes pull it off so that you can go, oh, now I'll join in the celebration. Or if you choose the coward's way, yeah, I told you so, it fell through. If you choose the coward's way, or yes or no, please hear me, you will answer to the Lord. Your decision in this moment is a response to the Lord. It is not a response to me. It is not a response to our church. I am calling you to this moment to pick up a stone. I don't have time to share it all because I've got to be done at 11:30. Noah had never seen rain and he still built the ark. Moses had only known the palace of Pharaoh, and he still stepped into the desert to find the burning bush for God. David had only known a sling, but he still faced Goliath. Jonah had no desire to preach the good news to Nineveh, and he still went and preached the good news to Nineveh. And the disciples felt lost without Jesus, but they still went and waited in the upper room. You have a choice today. We have to step in. My whole life is in. I have picked up my stone. My Gilgal, which is where they settled after they picked those 12 stones out, my Gilgal is Vaughan, Ontario, Canada, and it is with North City Church. And God is going to do a miracle, or he is not, but he responds to faith and obedience. Those are the two currencies of heaven. It is not anything else. It is faith and obedience. And please hear me. And I'm saying it way stronger and more powerful. And my tone is not good. I'm sorry. This could be our legacy. This is a moment like no other in our history. Our eternity doesn't hang in the balance, but the Lord's plan for us in this moment is on the table. For me and my family, we are choosing yes. We have seen God open the door every step of the way. The door remains open, so I'm going to walk through it. Now, God may close the door still, and if he closes the door, no problem. I'm still good. But God isn't going to close the door because I didn't have faith and I didn't have obedience. He might close the door because you didn't. But I'm not going to stand before God someday and go, you know, I didn't necessarily know exactly what you were doing, so I chose wisdom, Lord. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You chose the coward's way out. The Bible says this, let your yes be yes, let your no be no. I would choose that you would be hot or cold, not lukewarm. So pick a place. Pick a yes or a no. I'm not forcing you to choose yes or no. I'm choosing yes because I don't want to stand before God and go, you didn't do it because I wasn't willing to say yes. And I don't want to be one of the 10 spies. I want to be one of the 2 that says, even though we don't have the money and it's impossible and the land looks like it's filled with giants and I'm just a wee itsy bitsy little ant, and even though it looks like it's fortified, as an object lesson, it looks like it's fortified and we can't do it and we can't raise the money on our own. We need God's help. But I want to be postured to say, but God, if you're with us, I'm willing to go. If you're with us, I'm willing to lay it down. If you're with us, I'm willing to sacrifice. I don't want for you to close the door because I wasn't willing. So I present to you today an opportunity, and you can be offended at me all you want. I don't mean to be offensive. My tone sucks right now. Sorry, I shouldn't have said sucks. My tone is not happy and nice, and if you're a first-time guest with us, I apologize. I'm usually much nicer and happier than this. I'm very happy, actually. Right now, I'm very happy. I feel God's fire in my bones. But if you hear my tone the wrong way, please don't hear it. Let God erase that from your heart. I don't want you to hear that. I'm inviting you into prayer this week, 15-minute segments. I'm inviting you into fasting lunches this week. I'm inviting you into pledging and giving. I had somebody say to me today, Pastor, we've been praying and we had a number in our heart that we thought God wanted us to give. And after hearing from you, we've tripled it. We can win the city for Jesus with people like that. I would rather say, I can't, but God can, so here I am, than say, I can't, so it's just way beyond my ability. So I'm just going to hang out over here until God makes it happen. And then I'll get on board. I don't want to be that person. I want to be all in with the Lord. And then He can close the door. And if He closes the door, then guess what? I don't have to worry. Because He closed the door. I didn't. He did. I want to invite you into a moment today that's bigger than you, it's bigger than me. And if you're offended, I've had people say to me, don't say the phrase, but I'm going to say it because it's true. Get over yourself. I'm not trying to be offended. Like, honestly, the time is short. Jesus is coming back soon. Our world's going to hell, and somebody's got to stand up and say, I give it all. Somebody's got to do it. Why not North City Church? Why not we choose something that's radical and bigger than us and beyond us so that we have no choice but to say, look what God did. It wasn't me, it was God. Look what God does. And here's my 2 loaves and my fishes. Here's everything I got, Jesus. Here is it all.